In UK, there was this church. We shouldn't call it church, but it was a gathering. It's called the Sunday Assembly. If you Google it, you can find that. Sunday Assembly. So it's like-minded people gathered together in a hall. What do? They have group singing. So it's similar to a church. A group singing and the kind of harmony and sense of singing together, it's so opening them up. So they have few songs, and then they have no homily. They have comedy. So one of them will get up and do a stand-up comedy. And then that will lead into few more songs, and then they will read some poems. And the way they advertise like this, so this is their recruitment strategy. If you are sick of organized religion, institutional religion, if you can't find joy in going to church or your practices, welcome to Sunday Assembly, where we will sing together, we will be joyful, and we will listen to some humor, and we will have a community. I was very fascinated by that. I went into their Sunday assembly, and they have few other sort of assemblies where they gather to sing, to laugh, and have a sense of community. Maybe this is a practice of those people. The acronym is SBNR, spiritual but not religious. SBNR, spiritual but not religious. There is a book by, I'm getting old, Strange Rites, New Religions for Godless World by Tara Burton. So Tara Burton, she is a young theologian, Christian. She did a research on all the new type of religion. One of them was a religion around Harry Potter, another religion around UFOs, then Reiki, the crystal ball community, all sorts of different sort of communities and religion. So if you go into some of these gatherings, what will happen? They take some elements of organized religion, whether it is Hinduism, Catholicism, or Christianity, and they take elements of it. It's like the remix music. And they make a mix of religion, and people come together. And she did a very extensive research on it. And she said, in all these sort of, we can call it new age sort of gathering or religious sort of coming together, has four elements which traditionally the organized institutional religion might have given. These four elements, the first element is a community, second element is a purpose, third element, identity, and fourth element, a ritual practice to celebrate community, identity, and practice. So that is what any institutional religion gives. So when we come together here in this church, St. Mary's, we have a community. Then it gives us meaning. So maybe I am saying Mass today with some sort of burden in my heart by the way of saying Mass, or looking at the cross, or even going through the process of praying. There's sort of a therapeutical sense of, yes, I feel the meaning. Or I heard wonderful Rose singing a song, and I said, oh, that song touched me. So there is a community, then there is meaning, and it gives me an identity. And I celebrate all these three through ritual practices of praying and singing and kneeling. And around 40% of young American millennials, young people, millennials would be in their 40s now, and even they are not atheist. They don't think they don't say they don't believe in God, but they do believe, but the way they choose. We cannot buy them. They don't purchase faith. They choose faith. And when they choose, they shop around and mix it together. So much so, they find meaning, they find purpose, they find identity according to their liking. Now, this is not a bad news. To me, it is a good news. I thought, like the Richard Dawkins, the atheist, would say, everyone is going to become atheist. They are not going to believe in a God or anything. But this is exactly opposite. Young people do believe, but they may not believe the way we think institutional religion would believe. They would love to get together, maybe in Byron Bay Beach, sit together in their yogic. Maybe they do Pilates and also listen to some other mantras. Or they may go to Bali, get a tattoo on their bum. Or they may go to India and meet a guru. Oh, like, okay. It's okay. And I find it is very fascinating that people do believe. They do yearn for something higher than them. They do desire a meaning. They do desire a community. They do desire an identity. So, but it is a challenge also for us. How did people drop out of our churches? How did our own children, I meet some of the school parents in events, and Angela also meet them. And I find them people with faith. They may not practice here. Now, where was the credibility gone? The credibility gone, I believe, obviously through the crisis in the church, but also through when we don't really understand the meaning of the rituals we do. Because the rituals we do represents an identity. The rituals we do, it represents a community. The rituals we do, it gives us meaning. As soon as I walk into the church, I take the holy water and I bless myself. How many of you have done? Most of you have done. How many of us have kind of really understood the meaning of it and walking into the church and blessing ourselves? It's a sense of sacrificing ourselves. Lord, I bless myself. I enter into a new place where self is not the interest, but you are the interest. I enter into a place where I feel that I am not in control. You are in control. I come with that kind of rituals. And what agitated Jesus was the so-called people of priests and religious was not following at all the rituals. The ritual became some sort of obsessive compulsive disorder. They have to do it. They didn't want the meaning behind it. They just have to do it. So when we are obsessed with ritual, it's a sign that we are afraid. It's a sign that we are paranoid. It's not a sign of liberation. It's not a sign of meaning. But when we take the rituals in its full understanding, we are celebrating life. Life which is not in our control. So in every ritual, there is an element of sacrifice. In every ritual, there is an element of, I am giving myself away. How beautiful it is we walk to receive communion one by one. We walk away from communion one by one. Together we sit in silence after communion. We stand together. We sing together with purpose. We listen to the word with purpose. When the priest take and says Jesus' words, take my body and drink my blood, we listen it. All these rituals tells us about sacrifice. The meaning behind it calls us from self to the other. In other words, every ritual celebration is a womb. The maternal nature of God gathers us together through the rituals. And when we truly leave that, people will get attracted to church, our gatherings. One of the things, this lady finishes her book by like this: young people are seeking, and we can never get them into church, even though they are seeking. Why? Anyone who seeks is in control. If I am seeking something, I am in control. I am buying a trouser. I go to Maya. I go here, there, here. But I am in control. So the young people these days, they are seeking. They want to know. Your children, my friends, they all want to know, but they are in control. But you and me believed in a God given by the nuns. You and me believed in a God given by the priest. We never asked questions. We didn't even seek. It was given to us. You Christian, baptized, confirmed, communion, eat it. And it became a practice for us. But most of us, at one stage, made it ours. Jesus became real. Relationship became thriving. Jesus gives us meaning. His story propels us, energizes us. We embraced Him fully. The young people who are seekers, we cannot sell religion to them. We cannot force them because they are in control of their seeking. What can we do? We can only attract them. The magnetic power of our joy, the magnetic power of our hope, the magnetic power of the way we live life and kind of face struggles should attract young people. A lot of the time, in my journey as a priest, young people would come and sit with me in a school camp. Father Bonnie, can I have lunch with you? We sit together for lunch. I know deep in my heart they are seeking, but they are in control. But the fact that they are sitting next to me for lunch is that I have attracted them. Attraction works. People were flocking to Jesus because every ritual He did had a meaning. Every ritual He did had a purpose. It gave people an identity, and it gave them a community. And around Jesus, they celebrated it. My dear friends, let's be grateful for our faith. Let's be grateful for our rituals. Let's take them seriously because there is meaning, there is an identity, and then there is a community. Amen.